What up? It's your boy T-Man from Reaction. Today is MJ Day as we celebrate the would be the 64th birthday of the late great Michael Jackson as well too. Now I was doing a couple videos from Digging Grace about possible songs being ripped off, not to say it were, but at the same time, it's a similarity that comes with it as well as but it's not like he actually stole a soul. Just it happens. But then it's like sometimes we are influenced by what we hear to make a song for ourselves as well too. But this one I thought I did this one too. It's called not that. It's called this song accidentally. I got a net right here. Accidentally made it on a Thriller video. I thought I did this video. Maybe I did have it on my list to do it, but never got a chance to do it because I got pushing videos back as well too. This little complication I have with trying to do videos. I have like a lot of stuff in plays I'd be wanting to do, then I'd be fortunately pushing it back because I want to get certain videos out the way for by either request or because of the day or anything as well too. That's why at times I try to cancel the days. Other week like Wrestling Wednesday and Music Monday and stuff like that as well too, to get these out the way, but I could never do it. But anyway, other than that, let's check out what song accidentally made it on Thriller. Let's get it.
You're Quincy Jones. I mean, you're not, but pretend that you are. It's 1982, and you're in the middle of producing an album for Michael Jackson. It's the second album you've done together, and the expectations could not be higher. You're taking submissions from songwriters for songs to include on this album, but after listening to yet another tape, it just isn't feeling right. It's back to the drawing board. But you forgot to hit stop on the tape player. When the tape runs out, the player automatically starts playing the other side of the tape. The song is Human Nature off of the Michael Jackson album Thriller, and today we're diving all the way into the story, the demos, and the feel of this song. We'll talk about who wrote this song and how it was never intended for Quincy or Michael to hear, as well as which song got booted off this album as a result. This story begins with the band Toto. You may know them as either one of the greatest rock bands in history or the band that plays that song Africa. Both of these things are true, of course. It just depends on what generation you are. Anyway, Toto was in the process of mixing their album Toto 4, which was released in 1982. This album was a massive success and honestly warrants its own video because it's so good. But while this album was being mixed, specifically while they were mixing the last song, Africa, keyboardist Steve Porcaro was off in the other room writing a song based on an interaction with his daughter. So Steve's writing this song, the Toto song Africa is being mixed in the other room, and in between all of this, Steve Porcaro is recording synths and doing programming for Michael Jackson's new album. Several members of Toto were involved in the creation of Thriller, including Jeff Porcaro on drums, Steve Lukather on guitar, and David Paich, who played synths, did some arranging, and submitted songs for the album. So, right, Steve Porcaro...
Question. Let me see. What he says name one. That's the one that did the video that making a little sound would be Thriller.
Album was being mixed. Specifically, while they were mixing the last song, Africa, keyboardist Steve Porcaro was off.
Steve Porcaro. All right. Let me see something real quick. Give me a second. I'm curious. All right, so it's not the guy I saw that does like the video of him making the Thriller beat. This is this guy, Anthony Marinelli. Okay.
On drums, Steve Lukather on guitar, and David Paich, who played synths, did some arranging, and submitted songs for the album. So, right, Steve Porcaro wrote this about an interaction with his daughter. Essentially, she was in elementary school, and a boy had hit her and sort of teased her. He was trying to comfort her and explain that, sometimes people are mean, or maybe, just maybe, he actually likes you. He said, "It's just human nature," and recorded this demo onto a cassette tape. Let's listen to a little more of this Jeff Porcaro demo. This is from the very beginning.
Wow.
It's crazy, most of the song is there.
Oh.
I just love the contrast of like the groove on the verse. It's fuller. There's more sustained chords, right? Versus the chorus. little more space.
Wow, I never. Wow.
Like staccato kind of thing.
Yo, yeah. This video, I gotta show this to my mom when I get a chance. He put me onto some shit right here. Wow, I even never knew that. That's wow. Yeah, I had to share that with my mom real quick. Anyway, let's keep going.
Man, this song is too good. Then one day, David Paich explained that Quincy Jones was sending someone over to pick up song submissions for this Michael Jackson album. David had recorded several demos and asked Steve to copy them onto a tape for it. Steve couldn't find any unused cassettes, so he copied the demos onto the other side of the tape that he'd recorded Human Nature onto. This is pure coincidence. Steve Porcaro has said he never intended for this song to be heard by Quincy or Michael. But in a twist of fate, Quincy listened to the tape, which included the demos from David Paich, but after not being particularly interested, he accidentally let the tape continue to play. The tape player must have had an auto reverse function because, as Quincy describes in an interview for the Thriller 25 album, all of a sudden he heard this why song, and he knew he'd found something special. Now, we're gonna dissect this song a bit and see the progression of this song as it got finished for the album, but there are a few things I want to point out that make this song so special. Let's talk about the groove. This song is a ballad. It's a little slower, but there are two unique things about it. For one, the groove is in halftime. I mean, if it wasn't, it would sound like this. Why? I tell him that it's human nature.
I don't want gratitude.
Why? Nah. Instead, the snare hits half as often. But even then, if it was just straight up halftime, it would sound like this. Why? I tell him that it's human nature. Why? No, that's not it. Instead, we've got all these incredible percussive subdivisions filling up the space. So it's halftime, but it doesn't feel slow. It just feels like a great groove. All that percussive subdivision in there. Come on. This groove is present in the very first demo by Steve Porcaro, and you can hear that carry over into the demos that Michael did before the final recording. And it's not just the groove either. Check out this synth line in the Steve Porcaro demo. Right here. You hear that? That ba-da-da-da. Now here's the Michael demo. Come on. This demo sounds much more like the original Porcaro demo than the final mix we hear on Thriller. For example, here's the chorus. There are a few changes that this song went through as it was developed for this album, though. For one, the lyrics on the verse were rewritten by John Bettis, who had written for the Carpenters, the Pointer Sisters, Madonna, and many other artists. Also, the final version is in a higher key, although it's really cool to hear Michael sing this in a lower key on that demo. Finally, the other big thing is the famous opening synth line. Here's just the isolated synth line.
I want to use it for that.
Come on. That's another example of the faster subdivisions filling up this halftime groove. It feels so good. But it's not just the subdivisions that fill up the space. I mean, think of the vocal line on the chorus. It's all upbeats, very syncopated. The groove is so good, the song is so good, and then on top of that is Michael's vocal. He's bringing so much emotion to it. There's all this extra breath in there, and it brings the whole thing together. That was vocal take 3. Let's listen to vocal take 4.
If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why does he do it that way?
You hear that breath in there? Here, let's listen to vocal take number 1 instead. Here we go.
If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why does he do it?
You hear that why? Listen to that.
Why?
Why? There's like so much in there. That's crazy. Human Nature was written by Steve Porcaro, one of the members of Toto, with additional lyrics by John Bettis. And the final recording features other Toto members. David Paich on synths, Steve Lukather on guitar, Jeff Porcaro on drums, and Steve also playing synths.
Wow.
Paulino DaCosta and Michael Boddicker are also on this song, but it feels like this magical crossover
Never knew
between
that Toto has-
Michael Jackson and Toto.
pretty
Going
much.
back to
Never
the
knew about
original
that.
moment Quincy first heard the original demo for Human Nature, there was another song that was recorded for Thriller that got the boot once Quincy heard this demo. That song was
Carousel.
Carousel, and you can hear a version of it on the Thriller 25
Yup.
or Thriller 40 editions of this album. This is a good song and feels very
It does
Michael
good. It's a
Jackson,
good
but
song.
it's no Human Nature. It's no magical crossover
Carousel's a
between
good
one of the
song, just
greatest
damn.
rock bands of all
So that's
time
like the-
and the king of pop.
Oh, I was wondering.
Oh, speaking
so
of-
that, why that's what. Okay, going.
Magical crossovers. You know the song I Can't Help It from Off the Wall, right? That song was originally written by Stevie Wonder, but the crossover here is incredible because there are so many parallels for where each artist was at with this song. But, right, I've already talked about that. That's in this video.
Yeah, that one I did do. But anyway, man, that's a good story to hear right there as well too, man. I did do that one because that's my favorite song of all time, though as well too. I might have only did the last Michael Jackson Day or the 25. Let me see. Deep Cut. Let me see. Yep, and this was 10 months ago, so October 23. Oh, okay, so I did it in October. I don't know why I did it. I forgot why I got two versions of this up. I'm trying to remember. Either that or it was the no intro. I did one with no intro. Okay, I did one with an intro and no intro because the intro was getting because they was trying to block it because the intro. That's why. Okay, I get it now. All right. Other than that, though, this was a good little history as well too. I never knew that. Maybe I'm trying to remember that they mentioned that on the 40 documentary. Maybe they didn't remember it from. But yeah, interesting story. Other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.